Their relationship developed too quickly, so the public immediately doubted the sincerity of their intentions. But was there a reason not to believe the Hollywood star and the monarch? This story looks like another script for a movie that could easily star Grace Kelly. The hereditary ruler of the Principality of Monaco and a Hollywood star are a perfect union with nothing to add. Except a little love. We decided to dive into the details of Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly's relationship. Was it a real romance? Or is everything we know a PR stunt to increase tourist interest in Monaco? Prince Rainier and Grace Kelly met in 1955 in Cannes. Grace came as part of the American delegation to the film festival, the usual thing for Oscar-winning star. There was only one atypical item in her schedule, a photo shoot with the Prince of Monaco for the publication Paris Match. It seemed to the authors of the idea that it would be a great move. However, neither Grace nor the prince himself were delighted with the idea. On the day of their meeting, everything was against: traffic jams, delays, problems with the selection of images. Rainier admitted that he did not give up the shooting with some actress, but as soon as he entered the room and saw her, as all doubts immediately dissipated. He found Grace in front of the mirror. She rehearsed curtsy especially for him. As in the movie, the monarch and the actress fell in love with each other at first sight. She was beautiful and well-mannered, and he's sweet and gallant, and besides fabulously rich. Between the young people began a correspondence. First time Rainier wrote his beloved letters not himself, but with the help of a spiritual advisor, Father Tucker. The prince will make an offer to Grace Kelly after 6 months of communication. He personally flew to the United States to ask for a blessing from the parents of the chosen one. Then Rainier gave the actress a modest engagement ring, but soon it was replaced by a luxurious piece of jewelry with a 10-carat diamond from Cartier. There is a theory that in fact it was not a romantic fairy tale, but a clearly verified contract. In the mid-20th century, the Principality of Monaco was not popular. Billionaire, and friend of the prince, Aristotle Onassis once said that the best publicity for the principality would be Rainier's wedding to a celebrity, Marilyn Monroe or Grace Kelly. It was as if he was looking into the future, because after the royal wedding, the rich began to flock to Monaco, and the state itself turned into a paradise on earth. Grace's marriage to the prince was also beneficial to her parents, who could strengthen their position in high society at the expense of a new relative and accommodate their other children. However, at first they thought that the daughter is married to the ruler of Morocco, not Monaco. Kelly's parents rejoiced early, because they had to prepare a dowry about $2 million. The actress herself made an even greater sacrifice. She was ordered to permanently abandon her career in the movie, as the princess should not glimpse on the screen and entertain the people. Break the promise and return to the shooting. Grace Kelly will try only once, and then unsuccessfully. Alfred Hitchcock once offered her a role in a new tape. The prince did not interfere and offered to make an exception, allowing his wife to go to the shooting. Only the people of Monaco opposed. Because of the mass condemnation, Grace had to stay at home. Another mandatory procedure before the wedding was to check fertility and virginity. It is clear that the last procedure actress would not have passed. Grace had a lot of lovers in Hollywood. But since the prince loved her, and she could give him children, the second conclusion simply closed their eyes. Wedding Rainier III and Grace in some ways even surpassed the wedding of Queen Elizabeth with the Duke of Edinburgh. For the festivities allocated a week, had to hold 2 ceremonies, civil and religious, April 18th and 19th, 1956, respectively. On the celebration spent up to $55 million, with part of the costs covered by the MGM studio. In return, the company was offered the exclusive right to conduct a live broadcast of the ceremony. There is an opinion that the strong marriage of the ruling family of Monaco was based not on love, but more on friendship and mutual respect. Until the end of days, Grace played the role of an exemplary wife and beloved by all princess, and Rainier only needed it. In character, the spouses were too different. Prince was calm, strict and reserved, liked to spend time at home alone, but his princess was a special person, eager for adventure and change, volcano under the snow, as Hitchcock called her. Grace is very afraid of old age and probably secretly cheated on her husband with young men, but did not cease to appreciate it, the only role that was given to the actress with difficulty. It is the role of the mother. In 1957, Rainier and Grace gave birth to Caroline. A year later, Albert II, the current Prince of Monaco. In 1965, Stephanie. Princess loved children, but they quickly tire her. She began to snap at them and use force. Because of this, the heirs, according to their own memories, more often saw their nanny than their own mother. Over the years, the children became increasingly distant from Grace. She was frankly disappointed that none of them did not want to repeat after her and play the role of noble princes and princesses. September 14, 1982, Grace took her daughter Stephanie in the car. The Princess of Monaco had a stroke. The car went off the highway. The woman could not save her, and her daughter was diagnosed with a neck fracture. After this tragedy, Prince Rainier never married again. Is this not proof that Grace and Rainier still connected high feeling? What kind of feeling? That's a whole other conversation.